I'm Jess Bosworth Smith and I'm an illustrator. I suppose I've always loved illustration and children's books. When I was younger, my mum used to read to us every night at bedtime. So we'd get into bed, my mum would sit down with us and we'd either look at a book or she'd read a chapter from a book for us. And I've always kind of loved picture books and loved that sort of dynamic between like what's written on the page and what the illustrator's telling in the pictures themselves. I've always known I've wanted to create. I've always been a very creative person. And I've always wanted to be in a creative line of work. The book is called The Straw Giant and the Crow. It's a story of quite an unlikely friendship. It's a story about a straw giant that wants to come and live in a field, and it kind of transpires that a crow arrives and they strike up a very strange and unusual friendship. I was really inspired by a great National Geographic article I'd read once. It was about the wild men of Europe, and it's this great photo essay which kind of documents the different sort of costumes and characters that people like dress up as at the end of winter that kind of ushers in spring. And one that really kind of caught my eye was this guy had dressed himself up almost like a haystack. When it came to creating a story, I kind of went back to that article and I looked through those images, and something I've always really enjoyed that has kind of played a really big role in my work is the aspect of doing research. So I did a lot of research into like what kind of makes me excited and what parts of that article I really liked. This interest in darkness actually comes from my own childhood, where as a child I was very interested in weird things like death. I was very interested in like things like sadness and those human emotions that are a little bit more complicated. And I feel that as an adult, I think we often forget that when we're children, we do experience very complicated emotions. So when it came to creating a children's book, and when it comes to creating my own stories, I'm very interested in how to express these emotions in a way that people can relate to. Stories of friendship are actually really important. Friendship kind of drives a lot of our human interaction. And I kind of wanted to talk about a friendship that's also quite unlikely, but it's also very kind. So here, the role of friendship is one of like a really true form of, I suppose, like love. It's a love, and it's a loyalty, and it's the desire to do whatever it takes for the people that you really care about.